Okay, testing, testing. One, two, three. Let's get this show on the road. So, first of all, just to let you guys know, I regret this already. Second thing I should let you guys know, I'm going to be reading this from a website because honestly, I that's where I put them up, and I will not be able to remember the exact order otherwise because that's not how I organize these. Um, when I said these are going to be bad poems, I meant it. These are not going to be good by any measure or any means. It's just this is a testament to how much practice I've gotten and how that's gone. I'm going to probably start doing this at some point, but I will uh, I'll go and just get some stuff first done. Where's Okay, okay. Let's do this. Oh, there's actually someone here. Hello. That's good to know. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start with number one, and yeah, this one's titled "Write Shitty Love Poems." Write shitty love poems. Write shitty love poems with shitty similes and shitty stanzas and shitty sonnets. Write shitty love poems so that you can get out your shitty feelings for that girl that makes you feel less shitty. Write shitty love poems that you can face your shitty self in your shitty mirror and come to terms with your shitty emotions. Write shitty love poems about shitty things that aren't just that girl you like. Write shitty love poems to the shitty day you've just had, or to the shitty weather that just won't stop being shitty, or the shitty driver that cut you off because they're just an asshole. Write shitty love poems until you fall in love with poetry itself. Until beauty flows out of you and lays itself bare on your page, each word an expression of your dedication to things so much bigger and better than you. Write until you've touched the face of God, until the only thing coursing through your veins isn't blood, but metaphors and coffee, until your fingers itch to write any time you do anything at all. Write until your fingers are sore and bloody, until there isn't a scrap of paper in your room that you haven't written metaphors or half a stanza on, until the clacking of your keyboard comes easier and more steadily than your heartbeat. Write shitty love poems about everything and anything that comes to mind, about memories from your childhood to the humble grace of a midnight sky. Write over and over and over until your poetry isn't as shitty as it used to be. Write not so shitty poems over and over again until you're confident, until you're sure you've got this down. Write that not so shitty love poem, and then never show it to that girl ever. Hey, there's some people here. Okay. Hello, Dank Memes. I am not reading out your name, Orchestra. If you're going, goodbye. Okay. Okay. Number two. Uh, Limitless. Everything is limited. We have a limited lifespan, limited resources, and limited energy. Although we may see potential often given circumstances in life, we will never truly attain it. But that's what makes life precious. The fact that every second that goes by, well spent or not, is another second that we'll never get back. At each passing day, each smiling dad, timeless kiss is unique and will never be repeated. So we create with what resources we have. We pour our hearts and minds onto paper, laying ourselves bare to something, to share something with each other, making sure that it counts, that we count. We are limited, except we're not. We have touched the quiet moon and explored our dark seas. In one hand, we see our past. In the other, the future awaits. Every rising challenge, every daunting task, every unassailable necessity, we have grit our teeth and barreled through, breaking records time and time again as we reset the measure for achievement. We are limitless. We have the power beyond our means lying just below the surface, waiting for us to reach inside our bodies and grasp the potential lurking in each and every one of us. Just believe in humanity. It believes in you. We have done the impossible. We have seen the invisible, touched the untouchable, and broken the unbreakable. We are limitless. I am limitless. And so are you. And so yeah, you might start to notice that some of these have some passing resemblance to some other things, and that's because I binge things and I watch stuff, and that was in Topper Gurren Lagann, for example, and that wasn't that good. And a lot of these are going to be very bad. That's the thing. That's the point. Half of these are just horrible poems. It's just an exercise in endurance. So there's one or two good ones in here maybe, but I wouldn't count on it. This is really just a masochistic exercise for myself. Okay, number 3. Waiting. Everyone's waiting for something. Everyone's waiting for their big break or their time in the sun or just for their paycheck to come. Everyone's waiting for their promotion or for a big event or to ask someone on a date. Everyone's waiting for the ground to stop shaking, for the world to right itself after the end has come and gone, waiting for the first sprout of hope to break virgin ground after nothing but isolation and distress has reigned supreme. Everybody's waiting for their body to cooperate, for their minds to not tire as they do what they have to so that they can have what they do. Everyone's waiting for that pill to kick in, for their body to pick itself up and finally get going. Everyone's waiting for something. Me? For now, I'm just waiting for the bus. Also, if the audio is weird, just let me know. The feedback isn't as good as I'd like. Okay. Number 4, breathe. If ever you're feeling downtrodden or beat, just breathe. Just breathe. If there's ever a moment to think of defeat, just breathe. Just breathe. If there's a crisis you think you can't solve and you're doubting yourself and losing resolve, just breathe. Just breathe. Believe me when I say that I am not great, but promise me that you will not hesitate, and even when it feels like you're fighting fate, just breathe. Just breathe. Because you wield power beyond mortal ken. As long as you can pick yourself up again, success is assured, so go out there and then just breathe. Just breathe. Yeah, so I started doing rhyming poetry because spoken word poetry, I ran out of ideas. But eventually, once you run out of ideas, you start getting to the good stuff. But this is my foray into rhyming poetry for the next few, I guess. Testing. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. The microphone is fine. I'm testing reality to see if everything is the way it's supposed to be. I'm looking at the world. That's what I'm testing, honestly. I'm testing the water. Is it getting wetter? I'd like to see whether the weather's getting any better. And what about politics? What about the state? Is everything going swell? Is anyone irate? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I'm not sure this is the world that I wanted to see. It's the world I live in. I'm not sure I have a choice, but I do know what I have. At least I have a voice. So yeah, we're getting a bit Seussical hit here. Number 6, feelings. What does it mean to feel something? What makes you want to cry? What mixtures of words can make you think you'd rather die? Can you extract a point of view of grief? Can you quantify pain? Is there a point to this mad quest? Is there something to gain? Emotions are a fickle thing, definition they detest. Empathize with your fellow man because we're all doing our best. Yeah, that one is very... I'm sorry to get worse and worse rhymes in there as I'm running out of ideas. That's only 6 days in. Okay. 7, choices. To paraphrase one Mr. Frost, there are 2 paths to take. I feel more than a little lost, but there's choices to make. How do I choose to spend my time with hidden costs uncertain? What will I regret at the chime before the final curtain? I do not know which path is right nor the right choice to choose. But I do know the future's bright, I've got nothing to lose. So, number 8, fight/flight. Clouds above will float on by, dreams of ours fly just as high as we see the stars and sky out of reach of all but I. But the truth is we must fight to keep all of our dreams alight, to make all of our past wrongs right, and to ensure our future's bright. So raise your voice and raise it loud, make it heard above the crowd, yell your promises avowed, become a hero strong and proud. 9, guilt. The click of a finger, the clack of a gun, the white smoke that lingers when the deed is done. In the blink of an instant, a life has been lost. Gunman unrepentant, but feeling the cost. It weighs on his soul. He feels like he'll burst. He cannot feel whole, and he knows that he's cursed because of that crimson, that metallic smell. He'd rather take prison than this special hell. Don't like that one. It's not that good. Oh, okay. Number 11, time. I wonder how much time remains, how many hours are gone, how much lost time and wasted brain, how long can I go on? Will I find peace in what I do? Can I find it right now? Will I find out how to be true, or will I have to bow? Regardless, I must face today and look towards tomorrow. There's no way to rewind, replay, and regret just leads to sorrow. Okay, we are at number 12. Free. Sometimes it feels like I am trapped, there's no way out for me. For in commitments I am wrapped and I long to be free. Or at least I long for movement, for progress to occur. This stagnant environment makes everything a blur. But is that the conundrum? Is that choice what I need? Or do I prefer humdrum doldrums to being freed? 13. Rhythms. Once again, the rhythm comes as life becomes less wild. I find myself hearing the drums of order single filed. But things will fall as life unfolds, and there's too much to save. There's no choice but to be bold, steel yourself, and be brave. There will have to be sacrifice because the rhythm doesn't bend. Just remember, you must live life, that's all that matters in the end. Yeah, the rhymes are starting to just decline in quality. It's good to see 13 poems in. Number 14, inertia. Just keep moving. Don't hesitate and stumble. If you keep improving, you won't lose to the jungle. Just keep fighting. There's a war to be won. There's strength in defying until the fight is done. Just keep going. There's many cliffs to climb. Walk into danger without knowing if you'll survive this time. Just keep believing you know what's on the line. Don't ever entertain conceding, and you'll do just fine. Oh yeah, this is also the fun thing about this kind of stuff. You can see uh, pretty soon what's going on. Like, uh, what do I mean? Like you can tell that there's just troughs where it's because I'm sleep deprived or I have exams, and it's just pain, and it's just all my poems are suddenly about procrastination and sleep deprivation and all that. And it's just really interesting to see. 15. Tired. My eyes snap open much too soon as my alarm cries with a jaunty tune. I press on the snooze. Yes, that's what I choose. I'll be sleeping in until noon. 16. Molehills. Now and then I feel there's some insurmountable obstacle that, upon closer inspection, turns out to be just a slight inconvenience. Now and then I feel like my overthinking brain builds up these in my mind, turns greens hills into cliffs and into peaks, blades of grass into skyscrapers that blot out the sun. Now and then I give up. I turn around, walk away, and give up. I am not proud of those days. I'm not proud of the trail of half-finished projects, the thousands of what might have beens that plague my dreams, and that doesn't help. The memory of failure sinks into my core, and I shiver at the thought of failing again. Now and then I can't even approach the hills anymore. Knowing that every time I turn around, they get taller and more menacing. Now and then I'm too tired, too stuck in mediocrity to dislodge myself in the pursuit of something more. But sometimes I grit my teeth. Sometimes I look up at the skyscrapers, take a deep breath, and keep going. Sometimes I scale these skyscrapers and, handhold by handhold, pull myself to the top. The skyscraper shrinks, and I'm left standing on grass, the blades too small and inconsequential for me to pay attention to. Sometimes I get to the hill. Sometimes I get to the very top and find the trek shorter than I had worried. Unfortunately, that only happens sometimes. But that sometime is right now. And in the future, it'll be that sometime then. Whew. Okay, number 17. Push. I have a tendency to overdo things. I push myself beyond my limits, stubbornly refusing to stop until there is no option other than to stop. I will push myself extra minute, that extra meter, that extra motion. I will push, ignoring what my body tells me, grit my teeth and push. I push, because if I don't, I know I will fail. I know I will give up and falter at the slightest reprieve, so I push. I push because I am mainly motivated in the now. I push because I will slip and stumble every time I take a break. I soar when I focus, but as soon as something catches my eyes, my wings are clipped, the winds turn against me and I fall. As I lay there in a crater with a cloud of dust falling down on me, I lay still. I can't move. But in a minute, in a day, in a month, I'll move. My fingers will pull down the walls of the crater, my body will push itself out of the hold it's made and fly. And I will get distracted again. Almost certainly I will come crashing down. A less gracious Icarus with a much less commendable reason. But in a minute, or a day, or a month, I'll move again and again and again. I push myself so that the next time I have to pull myself together, the next time I crawl back to the starting line, the next time I find myself exposed and hopeless, I can continue pushing so that I can push and push and push. I push so when I stop, I can smile. Exhausted and broken, exuberant at how far I've come, pick myself up and push once again. So yeah, these are all poems which I was writing during either exams or study or some kind of crunch time, and you can really tell. For example, the next two are titled Insomnia and Deadlines. Insomnia. 18. I should be up at this hour. I have things to do in the morning. Some sleep's better than none. Well, that's what I'll tell myself. It's a very good poem. But I was sleep deprived as hell. I can guarantee it. Okay, we are a quarter of an hour in, and we've gone through 18 poems. This is hopefully not going to take 6 hours, because that would be horrible. Okay, 19, deadlines. It's amazing what you can do on a deadline. It's like a sign and all the stars align, every obstacle and distraction is out of mind, and you find that for once you can do it on time. That is, unless you're like me, you procrastinate till the last moment you're free, and if anything brings you back to reality, you realize you'll have to cut into sleep. Okay, so this is one of the better ones that we're coming up to. Number 20, patterns. Sometimes you find patterns, paths, fractals you can walk, as you wander through wide swaths of Mandelbrot in chalk. Sometimes you find patterns, paths, laser beams repeating, as you wander through wide swaths of android sheep bleating. Allow yourself to find a path to wonders past your dreams. To shine a light into the dark, for all's not what it seems. Okay, so there's a few of these will become very, very short, and that's because I had no idea what I was doing, and I was experimenting with meaning and profundity and other fun things like that. 21, tissue. Use me, discard me like a spent tissue or a past lover. As I said, really short. 22, awkward. Speak through the silence, face discomfort head on, break the barriers that constrain you, be awkward no more. And that is one of the ones that I absolutely just want to erase from the face of the earth. It's just horrible. 23. Lapse. Things will lapse. Time will pass. Only history can ever last. Yeah. As I said, some short ones. But hey, that's the only way we're getting through this in like 5 hours. 24, waves. Let it crash over you, these pulses harsh and blue. As you breathe in the sea foam, hear your heart sing out true. You long to see that true blue Aussie sea. No matter where you go or roam, there's one place you'd rather be. Feel the summer salty air, even when you're far out there. You know a part of you still lives with Sydney Stan still in your hair. If you live in spires of chrome, or in jungle, sea or loam, we both know that there is no doubt. You know which place you will call home. We are now on to poem number 25. Legacy. Every now and then I think of what I've done, of what I will do, of what I regret not doing. One day I will breathe my last breath and I will no longer know this world. From that moment, I will live on in the lives of those I've met, of those I will hopefully inspire. I wonder if I will have been great. I wonder what will be my legacy. I see the waves of those that come before me, crash into me, jostling me into paths I never imagined I'd follow. I start thinking of how to leave the biggest impact for those coming after. Every being leaves behind a legacy. Every person that is dipped in the lake of mankind will leave a ripple as they depart the water, waves of after effects lingering as long as the hands of fate allow. Some ripples stay longer, and some are stronger, heavier than the person could ever imagine. Every being will be lost to time. As their ripples slowly fade from the surface, nothing else remaining of their time on this planet. Every being leaves behind a legacy. What will be yours? I had a good idea, but the execution could be worked on, especially now that I know better. 26, discipline. I lose myself in patterns of distraction. I lose myself to cycles of inaction. My discipline is not to my satisfaction, so what I accomplished is just a fraction. Someday I'll regain a work ethic ethic. From then on, my focus is epic, but until then, this is all theoretic, and my discipline is still pathetic. Maybe it's just mental fatigue. I'm focused on pointless things of intrigue. I'm not reaching to climb out of my league. I need to reset with a mental creek. Starting from now, I'm more accountable. Starting from now, willpower insurmountable. Starting from now, I will be responsible. Starting from now, my discipline is bountiful. Which, considering the number of poems following this talking about procrastination effort, really means that I didn't manage that. 27. Deja vu. I keep feeling deja vu. I keep repeating the same days, the same actions, the same patterns over and over and over again. I wonder, is my life just that predictable? I keep feeling deja vu. I keep repeating the same days, the same actions, the same patterns over and over and over again. Is it the nature of humanity to obsess until pareidolia and apophenia make any and everything connected? I keep feeling deja vu. I keep repeating the same days, the same actions, the same patterns over and over and over again. It feels like I'm stuck in a loop where nothing ever changes but my growing dissatisfaction with my own stagnation. Every time I say it's the last time, the next time I'm going to focus, or that next time I'll do better, or the next time I'll get in, or I keep feeling, I keep, like, I swear I've said this before. So that was one of the first poems I've done, which actually had a lot of performance aspects to it. Which I didn't really deliver well, but hey, it's been a while since I've looked at these. And now we start the string of incredibly short poems. 28. Drained. I'm drained, like an empty pool or a worn-out cliche. I feel like I need to have like a bell to ring. 29. Again. I pick myself up again. Seed sprouting in sulfur, phoenix rising from trash. Which is the fun thing there that I'm pretty happy about even to this day is, phoenix rising from trash instead of ash. Quite clever. 30. Gasp. That primal sound, to push and not to concede, to strive for greatness. Gasp. Not to survive, but to live. Blah. Survive and just makes you want to say life. That one's okay, not that good. But this one, we're coming up to a string of actually good ones. 31. Rain. This is one that I still love to this day. Okay, 31. Ever since I was little, I wanted to stay out and get taken by the rain. I wanted to feel the force of the world bear down on my shoulders and show me how small and insignificant I am. I wanted to be soaked to the bone. I wanted ill winds and chill rain to impale my heart and drip ice through my soul. Hadrian's War, United Kingdom. I trek up sea green grass and wayward steps to reach the ghost of a relic and its gift shop. The heavens herald our arrival as a nigh ever-present rain intensifies, and I feel a skip in my heart. I stand on the legacy of 1,000 years to feel what countless others throughout history have felt. I stand on the high stones I can find as the wind pushes me and rain beats me down. I stand as I see generations of people fall before Mother Nature and rise up, daring the world to try again. I stand and smile as I am drenched as I've only thought of, as I'm chilled till frost forms my breath, as the horizon crystallizes into focus. I've always liked the rain. That smell of ozone. The shimmering sun showers, the muted patter on a quiet night on the not quite tight window pane next to me. I've always liked that dreary, peaceful malaise that hushes the city at night, transforming streets into glistening, misty mazes, hell-bent on doing nothing but giving me time to think. The world turns into a room of mirrors, and I see infinity peeking through the shadows. There is nothing but fractals of reflections of myself splayed across the walls around me, ever shifting and fluid, as if I could see my soul in the raindrops just before they splatter across the ground and onto my jeans. I have seen the face of God in the rain. I miss my stop on the last train home, and I sit under cover as rain thunders down, every staccato drop a bullet on the corrugated cardboard roof. Streams form around this bus shelter I call safety, and vapor dances and sways, kissing my outstretched hand. Every knot in my back, every stress and tension in my body and mind are swept away by a tsunami. And nothing but the peace and rhythmic doldrums of a summer's rain keep me company. What can you do when you fall in love with the world itself? Every now and then, I get lost in its nothingness. The endless waves of diamonds crashing down from the sky. An eternity passes as I study the shattering crystals glancing onto my skin. There is a gentle pulsing as my umbrella hides me from view for just an instant. I'm tempted to throw it aside. I wish for joy in my future. I wish for rain. Okay, that's a pretty good one. 32. Theatrics. I know how to escape reality. I know how to step into someone else's shoes and run off without them realizing. I know how to turn back time and see things from another perspective. It just takes a hell of a lot of practice and maybe learning a show tune or two. I'm talking about theatre. I'm talking about putting your blood, sweat, and tears into a production until your life is consumed by it. I'm talking envisioning a character until you're not sure who exactly is in your head. Sign up. You won't regret it, I swear. Months down the line, as you hope the makeup doesn't run, spotlights beam down, and for a moment there is nothing but you and the stage. There's nothing but your voice speaking through the night sky and into the hearts of all those watching. The thrill of performance is not one you quickly forget. It lingers at the back of your mind, whispering into your chest how great it would be to just be on the stage one more time, one more show, one more run. It won't be long until you're back in a family of bohemians and artists and outcasts for one more glimpse of perfection as you deliver your lines. But trust me, we wouldn't want it any other way. So yeah, that's obviously the theatre. I did eventually write a follow-up to that, with that as the base. 33, we are now up to number 33. It has been 25 minutes since we started this, so yeah, this is going to take quite a while. Inevitable. In life, some things are inevitable, like death, taxes, or failure. It is inevitable that things will go wrong. It is inevitable that in this wide world, every day you breathe is one day less to live, but everything else can change. The beauty of humanity is a collective defiance in the face of the inevitable. Our drive and determination to live and not simply be. It is inevitable that you will die. Ensure that after your final breath has been drawn, people all around the globe will mourn your loss and celebrate your legacy. Ensure that the history books will inscribe your name alongside those of legend. Ensure that you die having done everything you have wanted to be done, having seen and touched and lived. Ensure that you die happy and content. It is inevitable that you will pay taxes. Ensure every dollar is spent wisely. Ensure nobody is left wanting. Ensure the trappings of materialism are second to the aid of your fellow man. Ensure that you do not work for the dollar, work for the good it can do instead. It is inevitable that you will fail. Ensure that it does not discourage you. Ensure that flame inside burns brighter with every rejection, every redirection until you find your redemption. Ensure that every setback only makes you grit your teeth harder. Dig your feet in tighter. Make sure you go farther than you did yesterday. Ensure that tomorrow you stand on what you have done today and every day before that and rise into the sky like the star you are. Ensure that no matter how inevitable defeat seems, how long the shadow doubt casts, how downcast the sky, or how many tears blur your vision, that you will not give up. May your will as indomitable as failure, as unflinching as tax, and as inevitable as death. Escape the life of mortal men and become the legend you are meant to be. Things will change in life, but this is inevitable. Whew. Okay, let's keep going. Time zones. Number 34. They live on opposite sides of the world. She leaves notes for him to see when he wakes up. He sends her messages while she's working, phone buzzing in her pocket. He scolds her if she opens them early. She always says she's on break. It's been 6 months where the only place they can meet and chill is on a computer. She's saving up to go meet him. He's afraid that as soon as data and code part way for flesh, that things will be different. She wonders if he has a dog. He has an allergy. They've avoided calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend as if making it a thing will rob it of any magic or joy, so they waltz around the words, declaring, delicately moving and speaking as to not pose the question while knowing more about each other than they know about anyone else in their lives. She finally buys the ticket and lets him know she's coming with shaking hands and parroted heart. The dinner breakfast dates they've had didn't feel like enough. She memorized the contours of his face. The pixels will only show so much. She cannot see his heart, his passion, nor the twinkle in his eyes whenever he thinks of her. He's anxiously counting down the minutes while she's in the air, praying to any deity that will listen that she gets there safely. In one window, he has a message log open. The other, as many online articles on making a good impression that Google had on its first, second, and third results page. He meets her at the airport with flowers. For a second, they lock eyes and look away, unsure if they're looking at the right person. Moments later, the tension shatters and they run to each other, flowers and luggage forgotten as the embrace 2 years in the making finally happens. She treasures the smell of his aftershave. He tries not to cry. Later, she's smiling, eyeliner running, and holding trampled flowers, while he struggles to carry the luggage and not let go of her. 2 weeks later, after goodbye, somehow more melodramatic than their meeting, she touches down back home wearing his jumper. She turns on her phone to find the usual messages, and also one asking to start planning their next meeting, and maybe something more permanent. She smiles and puts her phone away, mind reflecting on all the things that have happened in the past fortnight. He prepares to sleep and starts planning things in her time zone. Though they live in different time zones, the one in their heart is the same. That was very cheesy, very situational, based on this weird, like, it was just, I think the prompt was time zones, and it was just not a real scenario, but eh. Number 35, summer into autumn. The leaves shift. I hate that whistle thing. The leaves shift from mint to caramel as bright days make way for mellow nights. The sun falls asleep and wakes up red and flustered before the moon comes in for their shift. The orange glow of an autumn afternoon leaves a retina negative on my retinas, turning everything past sunset into a blue haze. To witness the moment when it all changes is special, inevitable as it is. But knowing when the balance shifts, planning to observe the changing of the guard makes the ordinary into the extraordinary. Number 36. We are now half an hour in, 30 minutes. Whew, and only to 36. Animals. I don't think I have a favorite animal. I appreciate them all for their unique traits and strengths, and I see the beauty and majesty in all of them. You have falcons that rocket through the sky on the way to the next kill. You have fish that swim under the beautiful sea, waves of sunlight gently washing over them. You have colonies of ants working together to create something bigger than anything they could do alone. It's like humanity. Everyone has their unique traits and strengths, and I see the greatness in all of them. You have adrenaline junkies rocketing through the world, enjoying the next thrill. You have artists working on what they see, waves of creativity washing over them. You have collectives of people working together to create something bigger than anything they could do alone. I think I know what's my favorite animal. So that's a very, very cheesy cliche one now that I think about it. The ending's very cliche. It's a parallel, obviously. That's pretty damn obvious. But hey, it was a good thing to do. But it just makes me makes me feel bad inside when I think about it. 37. Break. Everything has its limit. Break through yours and do the unthinkable. Risk it all to reach unscalable heights and break your earthly bonds. Yeah, a few short ones now. 39. 38. Crows. A murder of crows. How we categorize what we don't understand, how we observe and presume to know, breaking down wonder to find the gems of beauty hidden within. With our lens of science, we can see through clouds of doubt and maybe even a crow. Yeah, this is gonna be hell. Voice. Good thing I don't have to talk much tomorrow. 39. Plans. Life hates plans. Aspire to greatness and convince it otherwise. 40. Fantasy. Accept the limitations of reality. Discard all notions of fantasy, and the world will lose the luster it once knew. Find magic in the mundane. Know what you have to gain, and find the blockades to your future gone. There is a power to the mind. If in circumstance you find an interest or a passion, then you've won. Bristol. 41. Drink. Drink. Not water, but hope. Drink greedy till the world seems bright. 42. Minutes. I ask for a minute more, one more grain of sand. The reaper looks down, shakes his head, and says no, and takes my hand. Yeah, that's a bit morbid. Oh. Yeah, that might happen again. 43. Lonely. When are you lonely? And when are you just alone? When nobody hears you, or when nobody cares? Yeah, in retrospect, I hate that kind of faux profound shit that I was writing. Oh, that's why I look back to see how much better I've gotten. 44. Pause. Freeze time. Touch stilled droplets suspended. Breathe and watch the whole world slow. 45. Reflect. Reflect on the world in front of you. See the distorted shapes stretch out in front and behind you, fragments of what might have been and what may soon be. Reflect on what you have done and what you will do. Reflect and understand why you are who you are, and stop for a moment and enjoy how you are. Do not let your reflection dictate your future. Do not lose sight of what is important in a sea of quantum probabilities. Hold on to the anchor that lies within and let it shine. Let it overpower all those that are in front of you until its reflection is the only thing that surrounds you. Reflect, lose yourself, then truly discover what makes you you. That's good. 46 symphonies. Calm the raucous symphonies crashing through your head. Still the discordant harmonies that echo in your blood. Stay your trembling composer's hand and listen. Here your body keeps its time. Feel the rhythm of the world. See the role you play, as little as it may be. Understand there's more to music than just some theory. Everything we write is just a mimic of our lives, and every piece of music is a fragment of our souls. We capture every moment and distill it into notes and hope it all works out. So when electric blood pumps through your heart and adrenaline surges through your veins, know this. Make every moment special and let your music play. Man, that's a good one. I should probably expand that. 47. First years. Oh, how much joy is left in their eyes, how they don't know of the assignments and exams in front of them, of the balances and sacrifices one must make between their passions, their studies, their work, their family, and their friends if they are to make it out alive. How they don't see the ones that have already given up, soulless shades of who they used to be, swallowed up by the machine and spit out before they could even glimpse the real world. I envy them. And I want to warn them that the visions they see, the opportunities foretold, will often vanish into mediocrity. Instead, I wish them the best of luck, because it's as hard as it is. Also because fuck off, I figured this out myself, I'm not helping you. So yeah, that was a lot of these are prompted ones, and that was pretty fun. The ending sort of does make it just change the entire time. But I don't really do much comedy poetry, so it's not that bad. 46. 48. Sick. My body revolts, rebels, and repulses me with its state. This malaise of snot, dry coughs, and headaches makes me regret consciousness. I struggle and I compromise and I bargain with myself to try stave off the worst. I know this comes for me as it does every year. Soon it will be over. 49. Right. Right, and it all falls away. Streets of similes and metaphor mansions springing up with each brick of words you place in this world. Right, and watch as it all freezes, blocked up and congested by anything and everything. Right, and feel yourself grow to be more than a whole as part of you bleeds into sentences you'll never forget. Right, and live. Okay, we're up to number 50. Number 50, 35 minutes in. Dream of distant worlds alight, candles cool with water bright as stars twinkle in the soil, and the sky crinkles like foil. Dream of magic wondrous lands filled with outstretched writhing hands rising from the dirt, possessed with pockmarked skin and nails recessed. Dream of loves you do not know, dreams of places you will go. Dream of anything you've seen, dream a little dream for me. Which is obviously based on that famous line, dream a little dream for me. But yeah. 51. Focus. Focus. Clear your mind. Do not let intrusive songs and abusive thoughts sway your focus from your goal. Breathe. Discard errant musings and half-formed doubts and center yourself once again. Focus, and you'll do fine. 52. Ouroboros. It goes on forever, never ending in our time. It goes on forever until we're bones baked in the lime. It goes on forever until we're too old and frail. It goes on forever as it lives, eating its tail. It goes on forever. Guess I could just, keep going, but I'll stop there. 53. Qualia. Shakespeare sounded nothing like you'd think. Van Gogh saw colors more vibrant than the sky. Find the beauty in the world your own way, and let the world see it through your eyes. That's still that holds up pretty well still. 54. Time. I run to keep up with time. I write to make it stop. There's an idea there. 55. Risk. To live is to risk your life. To love is to risk yourself. To be is to risk your future. In other words, don't be a lazy bastard like I have been half my life. 56. Rush. What is that sensation? Anticipation for the action? Or is your body telling you to run to survive? That one is just horrible. I cannot actually figure out a way to redeem that one. 57. Concrete wings. Concrete wings will let you fly when dreams thin your blood. The air is congealed with a miasma of hope and ambition. A crown of cloth will let you see when you close your eyes. Time stops as you write, and your mind opens. A chain of thorns will set you free when wanderlust has left. But all this self-sacrifice only raises the price. There's some good ideas in there, but yeah. 58. Oh, we've hit this point. Yeah, apologies for the next however many. This is going to be bad. Dog tags. Do you commemorate the fallen to honor their memory or to ensure they live on? That's literally it. It's horrible. 59. Help. A microphone is not broken without a speaker. A computer does not need a keyboard, but it helps. 60. What's your name? What's in the legend parents leave one to fill? What's in the word whispered in holy nights by those you never forget? What is in a name? Oddly enough, I've written a few poems since then about the concept of a name. 61. Shoes. This one's not too bad. Dust-caked shoes and worn through soles, walk through ash and gravel road. Feel the rocks underfoot as you walk by skies of soot. Put your mask on, filter life from this air that causes strife. Find a remnant from our past. Wonder if it'll be the last. Write down, save the history of the man you used to be. No salvation waits for you. This is the end. You know it's true. 62. Grief. Peace is hard enough to find without some space to breathe. Even worse is finding space when you can only grieve. Do not let the specters of the past inform your day. Empty out your schedule now and enjoy it your way. 63. Morality. Relative or absolute morality, which better defines our humanity? A hard question either way. I'll leave it to you to say. It's a matter of opinion in all honesty. So yeah, that was a very bad limerick. 64. Lost. Endless paths stretch out ahead, a future's great if I were wed to one path wandering till I'm dead, but that won't be, needs to be said. I'm just too selfish, I'm indecisive, I'm lost my way, I don't know where this is, and though I try to be proactive, this can't work if I'm not committed. Lost in a field of roads not taken, I stand tall and strong, unshaken, I understand myself and awaken, I'll walk till there's no road untaken. Sort of me coming to terms with the fact that I don't really commit and I like doing multiple things, and I'm not the kind of person to just single-mindedly dedicate themselves to one thing. 65. Pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, but not an open hand outstretched. Nah. 66. Broken bones. Strong knees are fragile things, held together with sinew strings made of flesh but moved by dreams. We barely hold it at the seams. Now and then something goes wrong, an awkward pose is held too long, and with a snap your body bends as bones break and tendons rend. Yes, we are all more than this, though we all may live in bliss. Our reality that lies in store, we're all just human, nothing more. 67. Phoenix. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done this directly after dinner. You change yourself through trial by fire, slowly excising all imperfections by the cleansing flames until naught but the new you remains. Everything hurts, but you know that it's worth it chasing that perfect image. But ask yourself this: did your mind change too, or will it regress into the habits you made that made you who you were before until your next burst of motivation changes you again? Essentially, you're trying to birth yourself again, but it doesn't really work. So yeah, once again, remember what I said about periods where you can definitely tell this is written when I have either exams or I need to study or do an assignment. Yeah, we've hit that again. 68. Timer. Sand is flowing out grain by grain. I watch time go by as life drains. I need this shit done, but I'm gone. Time's not on my side, not for long. 69. Number 69. Titled Number 69. How fun this number used to be, before reality opened its trench coat and showed us the reality of whims and dreams. Yeah, these are starting to get bad. 70. Non sequitur. Why does my back hurt? Am I facing the inevitable result of my mortality, or am I just an idiot who doesn't know when to stop? I choose one. 71. Exhaustion. To die is to forget how to live. Let's talk about the whole idea of metaphorical philosophical death, and death not as in biological stopping, but just more when you've sold out and burnt out. Restless. 72. My bones lie restless in my hands, twitching at a phantom breeze. My arms swing restless by my sides, wandering through silent air. My mind is restless, plagued by thoughts not letting me sleep. 73. Trance. Days slip by without recourse. I lose track with no remorse of my thoughts and any plans. I now know that I'm in a trance, walking through life like I'm dazed. Yesterday is fogged and haze. Tomorrow depends on whether I get all my shit together. Once again, that kind of panic thing. 74. Reach. Reach for the stars in her eyes and hold the head of grace. Treasure every surprise and memorize her face. Understand that time is short, that this will end someday. But this is a fight worth fought. For her, you'll gladly stay. Reach beyond the galaxy and find yourself new. Your potential's clear to see. Make all your dreams come true. Pretty nice one. 45 minutes in, we are at poem number 75. There is a chance we finish this in like 3 hours. I hope so. This is taking way too long. 75. Numb. What is worse than feeling pain? Asked the man at the ball. Why, of course it would be if you felt nothing at all. The one who replied went on, we need input to thrive. Even if the feelings pain to feel makes us alive. The man did not understand. He thought this was a con. This man, heart already dull, had been numb all along. 76. Block. The world grinds to a halt as I search and search and search and fail. I think this is literally just about like writing about writer's block in the most obnoxious bad way possible. 77. Door. You walk towards your goal and the light gets brighter. What's waiting for you on the other side depends on what you consider makes up you and how much you procrastinate. Procrastination poem again. 78. Thirst. Drink, but you are not quenched. You thirst for life, not water. Yeah, see, that's the beauty of this. Like, the fact that I'm reading all these out together means that I can clearly see, oh, good job, mate, you've pretty much written the same shitty poem twice, and neither of them are good. 79. Coruscant. The world is shining in the gleam of my eyes. Tomorrow is what it's always been, a surprise. I'm wondering if I'm just optimistic or if I forgot anything realistic. These Coruscant shimmers will blind me, I swear, to the injustice that exists everywhere. I'm not sure if this outlook will help us cope, but at least this way we can have some hope. Yeah. 80. Procrastination. Procrastination sucks. Work sucks more. 81. KFC. Not sponsored. Yeah, like someone would sponsor a screen with 2 people watching. No better way to spend a weeknight than getting a drive-through chicken with strangers thrice your age. It's not even a poem. That was just my day. It was something, but it's not a good something. 82. Procrastination number 2. Yeah, I tend to reuse titles, but also because these are very short. Procrastination is taking out loans against time with compound interest. That's it. 83. Procrastination 3. Time 3:16 a.m. Assignment incomplete. Deadline approaching. Status screwed. 84. Wood burns and crackles, your smile glows in the pile. You drift into the sky as I reach higher and higher. It's pretty good. Okay. 85. Zen. My mind is clear. My schedule not. 86. Timing. My life slots into tiny boxes, everything's matter of fact. But the only problem now is my schedule is packed. Once again, still that kind of stress thing. 87. Roses. Sometimes I want to sit back and smell the roses. I should probably wait until this marathon is finished. More procrastination, really. 88. Timer. Number 2. Grains of sand falling in place. I find myself losing pace. 89. History. Will I have an impact on the world or leave a legacy? Or is Ozymandias a cautionary tale for me? I do not know what the future holds or what it just may be, but I know that my name is gonna go down in history. Very arrogant in retrospect. Don't know why I wrote that. Okay. Number 90. We are at number 90. It has been not that long, so still about 45 minutes in. It's pretty good. Music. Music drives this heart of mine, it makes my life so bright. If it all faded into dusk, then I will surely die. Music is good. Very good. 91. Places. How will I know where I wish to go? Will trumpets ring as my thoughts fall in place? Am I a mighty oak that's yet to grow? For now I shall just move and keep my pace. Once again, the pace rhyme. This is what happens when you look over a year's worth of poetry in a day. 92 edges. The world is balanced on its edge, if only if it weren't round. I don't even remember if that was a dig at flat earthers or just a comment about something or some wordplay. Just don't feel like it's anything anymore. 93. Temporary. Pain is temporary. Guilt is forever. 94. Limitations. My limitation isn't time nor creative blanks. My lacking grasp of discipline leaves me without thanks. I wish I'd stop procrastinating. Yes, it's hard, it's true. But if I stop self-distracting what I've dreamed, I'll do. More procrastination talk. 95. Requiem. We're standing on a precipice and everything's gone wrong. All beyond tall poppy fields, we're ending with a song. There's not much I can do, not much to do at all. I'm losing hope that future's bright and I'm dreading the fall. Nostalgia provides comfort, but cynics we become. Life becomes more meaningless and thus we are undone. 96. Polish. How will I shine bright tomorrow? Will my lead turn into gold? Will my polish show potential and make diamonds out of coal? These roads here do not forgive me, nor my trespasses, and please, there's just one road forward for me. I will need some elbow grease. Yeah, more just poems about getting stuff done, really. 97. Discipline. I cannot just run forever. My worries will wait for me. But as long as I remember discipline, I will be free. More procrastination talk, because the life of a student sucks. Yay. 98. Hope. The belief that you've got this, that will surely help you cope. The whole world is on your side with the little thing called hope. 99. Second chances. What would I tell a younger me if I had the chance? What advice would I give for free after second glance? I wonder how my life would change, but I was a shit. If I am just as weird or strange, I'll keep none of it. Very bad rhyme schemes, very all over the place, very bad effort. 50 minutes down and we are 100 poems in. This rate, maybe 2.5, 3 hours. As long as it's not 10. That would be brutal. 100. Key. Open minds will open hearts. Basic, obvious, false, profound bullshit again. Oh, we've hit one of those streaks. 101. Obsession. At what point does obsession become addiction when everything else comes last? It's nothing. It's nothing there. 102. Rock. When inspiration is your rock, you anchor yourself to greatness. These are the kind of stuff you would find on a Hallmark card, and I can't believe I wrote. Well, I can't believe it, but I'm very happy that I don't write like that anymore. 103. Mediocre. Sometimes life is great. Other times, well, not so much. Today is decent. No, just decent days. 104. Stars. Midnight, cosmic sky, hidden by light pollution, waiting in our dreams. I end up doing a lot of the nature imagery, which is really nice. That is not one of the nice ones. That's just, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to say this again. This is, as the title says, bad original poetry. If you want the good stuff, I've started uploading a few of those already. But yeah, just look out for more of those. 105. Paradigm. Paradigms of life can't explain the way I feel I can only live. 106. Life. Life is like a box, if designed by Schrödinger, but without the cat. I think it was something about it, like, don't know what to expect, like, box of chocolates, it's not as, simple or Forrest Gump and more pretentious in physics. Yay! 107. Try. With the tools at hand, there's nothing I can't do if I fucking tried. Yeah, once again, the procrastination kind of vibe is hit. I think this was during my finals. 108 pressure. Reach a breaking point, and you can either collapse or rise above it. Yeah, definitely exams. 109, c'est la vie. Things don't go to plan. What have I achieved today? I will say la vie. 110, distracted. Days will pass me by. I have enough distractions, but not discipline. 111. How will this life go? Will I do what have I dreamed? I will not. Will I do what I have dreamed? I will never know. 102. 112, sorry. Days. Another day gone, another chance lost to time, another peace made. 113. Inspiration. Ideas take shape, inspiration comes anew, it is time to write. I think this is when I started writing haikus. Yeah, I think these are haikus now. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of haikus and a few things interspersed. 114, crunch time. Crunch time approaches, I ready myself again. The deadline draws near. 115. My feet grip the ground. I brace myself for impact. This is gonna suck. Exams. Oh, this is a good one. This is like an actual good one, like interspersed with all the bad ones. 116, recipe for homesickness. Serves 1. You will need return plane ticket, wok, rice cooker, rice, carrots, onion, garlic, spring onion, frozen peas, frozen corn, olive oil, band-aid. 1. Move overseas for half a year. 2. Come to the realization that you'll need to cook for yourself. 3. Discover your local Asian grocery store, one of the few constants from home. 4. Lug a 10-kilo bag of rice back to your flat as if you were once again helping your dad carry groceries. 5. Discover that you cannot cook dumplings, buns, or anything frozen that would make your life infinitely easier. 6. Call your mother halfway across the globe and ask for recipes and advice. 7. Borrow your flatmate's rice cooker and use it more than he does. 8. Measure out the rice and the water with the tip of your finger like your grandmother taught you all those years ago. Mess up somehow anyway. 9. Chop up onions and garlic and carrots and spring onions, knuckles to the flat of the knife, remembering how your mother watched over you and made sure you didn't cut yourself. 10. Cut yourself. 11. Apply a band-aid and wonder what kind of Chinese medicine your grandma would have insisted on using. 12. Cook a stir-fry in a too small wok and try to toss and catch the food. 13. Clean half your meal off the wall. Add frozen peas and corn, enough to add color to the dish but not enough to impact it in any meaningful way. Wonder if it's as colorful as the fried rice your mother made. Repeat. 15. Repeat again and again as you try to capture the essence of the place you call home. 16. Fail again and again as you start to realize that the ingredients aren't the same, the place isn't the same, you're not the same. 17. Start a herb garden, planting the stems of the spring onions in a way that you're sure your parents didn't do, but they'd appreciate you trying. 18. Call your mother every week like she wanted you to. 19. Go traveling and realize that even the poor caricature of your parents' cooking that you managed is better than nothing. That more than just umami and dumplings and rice, what you miss most is less about the food and more who you ate with, who cooked it, who taught you to cook. 20. Return home and take in what you've missed. Take in the saffron summer sunsets you traded for a symphony of strange sights. Voraciously devour the views that vanish from your life for far too long. Hug your father and grandma as they pester you about what you did and what you saw, except that after 550 meals or so, you are finally home. 21. Order Japanese takeout. We are approaching the 1 hour mark. And we're about a third of the way there. Let's keep going. 117. Music, number 2. Rediscover joy. Sink down into the music. Now bliss awaits you. Yeah, definitely into the haiku territory. 118. Panic moves way for despair. Hope is sinking. 119. Now the end is near. I face my final judgment, but the end is near. That was Exams and also My Way, I think, by Frank Sinatra. 120. One shot. I've got 1 shot left. My barrel is still smoking. Let's hope I can aim. I think I had 1 Exams after that. 121 respite. A brief respite now. Catch my breath as waves crash by. I am halfway to rest. 122. My bones rust to dust. Nothing but refrains remain. We return to peace. 123. Introvert. Introvert tire. Springs wound tight from social fun until it all breaks. Yeah, you might have noticed that I'm doing this on a Saturday night instead of going out, because I am an introvert. 124. Ripples. Always move forward. Watch the ripples in your wake. See the waves you've made. That metaphor is coming back again. That kind of the ripples metaphor with legacy. Yeah. 125. Tense. My body is tense, stressed, and creaking bones bent odd, reflecting my mind. 126. Rest. Rest is important. Recharge and recuperate, recover and rise. That's me starting to experiment with alliteration, which is quite nice and quite fun. But I think that was sort of the start of it. 127. Empty. Empty promises. Castles crumble into clay. I'm ashamed today. I think I forgot to do this thing or didn't follow up with something. 128. Guard. Temporary ending. Do not let your guard down yet. More waits in the wings. 129. Heart. Hold your heart in hand. Feel the beat quicken again. Was that love or fear? 130. Rhythms number 2. Rhythms come to life. Heartbeats once again resound. Resurrect your soul. 131. Ivory. These ivory keys, an old friend around again. Rediscover it. I think I started playing piano again around that time. 132. Battered. Feel your body creak. Battered lungs and bruised egos get back up again. 133. Peace number 2. Feel the peace return. Lose your woes in quiet ways. Watch the days go by. 134. Important. Slowly discover what's important to you. Remove what is not. 135. Time starts to run thin. Face the challenge yet again. Just embrace the chaos. 136. Recollect. Pause and recollect. Scattered mind across scattered plans, one step at a time. 137. You can twist figures, make the facts say what you wish. Just don't be a dick. That was called alternative facts. I don't remember if my memory's already starting to go. It's been exactly 1 hour, and this is already taking its toll. 138. Allocation. Allocate your time. Sacrifices must be made. Think it through this time. Bad rhyme. Very bad rhyme. No. Which is oddly enough the name of the next one. 139. No. Sometimes it's okay to say no and refuse things. Say that learn this skill next time. Because I tend to take on more than I can handle and do stupid things. Like, for example, this. Yay! 140. Change. Times are a-changing. Live in interesting times. See the world anew. 141. Sky. Reassess the sky. Watch the sunlit clouds above. Feel the gentle breeze. That one's good imagery, just not long because haiku. This one's pretty good. 142. Slowly, one step at a time. When I was a kid, I wanted to fly. I wanted to do any and everything, and every time my grandfather would tell me, slowly, meti, one step at a time. He'd calm me down and tell me to stop, to walk first, one step at a time. There's a philosophy called No Zero Days, where no matter what happens, you make sure not a single day goes by without moving towards your goals. Doesn't matter how much, as long as it's not nothing. Meti, slowly, one step at a time. These days, I still want to do any and everything. I overload and strain myself in quest to become an unstoppable juggernaut of momentum, of progress, and I fall. I fall through the void, no wings to help me fly out of the pit of my own making. I see the cost of all my procrastination, all the wasted time and the lost potential and missed opportunities. I see all that could have been, and I see all that I am instead. And every time, as I face the consequences of my actions, I realize just how badly I fucked up. I hear my grandfather whisper in my ear, Meti, one step at a time. So I climb, little by little, out of the hole I dug myself into, out of the accumulated apathy of a season of ambivalence, and realize that I don't need to fly. I just need to walk one step at a time. Matey, matey. And though I am frustrated at my poetry, at my music, at my writing, at my everything, I don't worry. Tomorrow is a new day and I'll be better than I am today. Slightly. But that's enough. One step at a time. Matey, matey. So yeah, that's a good one. 143 embers. Embers burn bright still, ashes rise with winter winds, the smoke lingers stale. 144. Dancing flames. Watch as the flames dance, given temporary life in the empty night. 145. Crumble. Worldviews will crumble, upset by outside factors, or they persevere. Not really saying much of profound stuff, am I? 146. Melodrama. I disintegrate. Heart pounds as my world crumples. Melodramatic. What was I doing at that point? I don't know what that could have been. 147. Guess. Life works in odd ways. If only I knew the truth instead of the guess. Instead of this guess. 140. Oh, that was 147, 148. Okay, this is 148. Growth. Time to say goodbye to friends of comfort and youth. It's time to grow up. It's definitely some kind of moment where I had to give something up. But I don't remember. That was over like more than a year ago. 149. Doubt. Never doubt yourself. When there is work to be done, find your heart and do. Oh no, coming up again. Coming up to a few decent ones actually. 150. Nihilism. Nihilism lives as optimism struggles. Nobody sincere. 151. Cards. Slot things into place. Play your hand and stack them up. Watch them all fall down. 152. Starfish. Starfish limbs regrow. Tear one off and feel the pain. Translate that to words. That's a very that has to be about poetry. I don't remember anymore. 153. Nexus. Tie it together. Find your focal point in life. Explore your options. 154. Create or die. Oh, this one. This one. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good one. Whew, let's get that back together. Create or die. I live, so I create. If not, why live? Why give myself to a world that will throw me to the side when I can change it? When I can rearrange and edit my Wikipedia page right now, rewrite reality and dictate my desires, create or die. If I don't create, then am I living? Will my legacy be forgiving if I never put pen to paper? Will I be satisfied if 60 years from now all I leave behind is a loving family? Will that spark inside slowly wither and snuff itself out, cannibalize my hopes and sacrifice that which defines me? Will Meatloaf Mondays and monthly movies be enough for me? Will the Monday be enough, or will it make me mad and the motherfucking tool create or die? I create because a voice in the back of my head tells me that I am the age that Mary Shelley was when she brought to life Frankenstein. Lin-Manuel Miranda's first musical hit the stage at 25, and he has more Grammys to his name than I know grammars. I'm running out of time. Create or die. I create because I see things that could be the wisps of ideas crisp in my memory for just an instant, and then they fade away forever. I mourn the graveyard of opuses, the works of a generation, the words that will engrave a name alongside Ozymandias. There will never be anything but loss. But next time I have another shot, another second to reach out and make something greater than I am come to life, resurrect the wretched corpse of a dream long forgotten, and give birth to beauty. Create or die. Create or die. Because I don't care if I shoot for the moon and burn out in space. It'll be one hell of a show, at least. Wow. Wow. Okay. 155. Organize. Actually, before we do that, that one is actually one I still really am fond of. Create or Die. The problem is that at this point it is a rather atrocious poem for my standards, so I'll have to rewrite it sometime. But that idea of it's like you got one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This is your a once in a lifetime opportunity. To quote one spaghetti mum spaghetti loving man. Yeah, no, I do. That is a poem that has stuck with me, that I've appreciated, even though the quality has steadily gone down in my eyes, and that's very unfortunate, but also fortunate. 155. Organize. Organize your life. Get your shit together, mate. Time to clean it up. Bit of Aussie in there. 156. Learn. Learn the ways of life. Familiarize the truths. Walk with them again. 157. Persevere. When you doubt yourself and what you hope to achieve, persevere, you will. 158. David Bowie, A Jar of Pickles, and the Theory of Relativity. This was a challenge a friend gave me to write a rhyming poem involving all three of those, and that was a very hard thing to do. But it was fun, and I managed to end up with something in the end. A starman walks into a store and buys some pickles in a jar. Calls Major Tom if he wants more, but sadly Tom is way too far. See, Tom is a space oddity. Starman knows not of where he'll head. Because of relativity, Major Tom is already dead. Yay! Although technically that's not really the theory of relativity that's causing that. That's just the fact that light needs actual time to travel and so does sound and communication. Yeah, close enough. 159. 159. Distant. Things all seem distant. I'm not sure just what I'd feel. I'm disconnected. 160. Sacrifice. Weigh up pros and cons, and sacrifices must be made. Prioritize time. Probably exams again. 161. Habits. Return to habits. See the moment this repeats, break the cycle now. Yeah, definitely it was about exams or an assignment or something. 162. Taro. Play with cards of fate. Mysticism once revealed, but it's just a game. 163. Reunion. Welcome back, a friend. Catch up on the years gone by. Reminisce and smile. 164. Strain. Strain yourself again. Wonder if it was worth it. Well, you didn't break. 165. Drive. Drive yourself insane, overworked and little rest. Do not collapse. Do not collapse yet. Yeah, procrastination poems. Yay! 166. Anxiety. Feel your chest constrict. Just ignore that elephant. Breathe in and breathe out. 167. Direction. Direction is lost. What the hell are you doing? Do you even know? Yeah, we're going down this path. 168. New developments, new adventures call you near, new chances to live. 169. Edit. Reassess your work, review and evaluate, edit till flawless. 170. One by one. These nights, one by one, go by like the setting sun. At least it was fun. 171. Que sera? Que sera sera, so we live the life we can, not those that are dreams. Sort of off, que sera sera, but also just that idea. Procrastination, yay! 172. Mend. Mend that which breaks down. Hold together your tired mind. Yes, this too shall pass. 173. Elevator. I feel like I'm trapped inside an elevator on its way to hell. 174. Luck. Permutations change my life in ways I cannot see. All I can do is try to live by being true to me. And those chance and circumstance spill woes across the sea. There is no trial that alters the fact that I am free. Nah. Not that good. Not that good. 175. Give. Something has to give. This balance can't last for long. Don't give up your soul. Once again, procrastination overworked. Joy. 176. Down. Just what can you do when the internet is down? Enjoy the disconnect. 177. Exhaustion hits you. Power through and get it done. Do not let it win. Oh, some rhyming stuff for once. 178. Beauty. Wary broken hands grasp for beauty still, though the body lacks, the mind keeps its will. From the wretched grief or a holy soul, with sincere belief, the damned become whole. That makes no sense. Maybe I'm just too tired now. I don't know. I can't remember. 179. Birthday. Once again orbit the sun, watch as your age ticks up by one, and with your friends and family you revel in this memory of those who are special to you. It's not about the date, it's true. It's those who celebrate and say sincere to you, happy birthday. Obviously, that was a birthday bomb. 180. Reconnect. Friends from days gone by reconnect and reunite, make new memories. Yeah. 181. Renewal. Out with the old, and don't forget the memories. Now, in with the new. I think it's got like out with the old, in with the new, sort of throws everything out, and don't want to do the whole baby with the bathwater thing. 182. 182. Grow. You grow and reflect, understand your decisions, seek change starting now. 183. Cultural Mad Libs. Cultural Mad Libs. Commercialize memories, exploit history. I think that was I saw a video talking about talking about how all the BuzzFeed tests and all that with the X people try Y food, and it's like, yeah, you're just doing cultural Mad Libs, which is a very fair comment actually. 184. Revisionism. Revise history, rewrite what has always been, war with Eurasia, which is a reference to a 1984. Obviously, we were always at war with Eurasia, and don't remember what specifically it was regarding, but I feel like it might have been like some kind of like fake news or like some kind of a talk about that. 185. Missteps. Missteps are made, retrace and refine your roots, you can recover. 186. Dreams. Number 2. Dreams won't become real unless you invest your time. Work for it, damn it. It's one of those. It was one of those poems. 187. Claw. Go claw back your life. Work to bring it into peace. Find your own balance. 188. Crush. Oh fuck, you have a crush. Please don't fuck it up this time. Okay, here we go. Spoiler alert. I fucked it up. Yay. 189. Bridges. If you cannot fix it, set it on fire and watch it burning yourself free. 190. Insomnia. Number 2. Oh, insomnia. Feel the weight of time chasing, bearing down on you. 191. Research. Go research and learn, expand the scope of your world, grow your future calls. 192. Blink. Blink and watch a year fly away and disappear. See how far you've come. 193. Roll. Roll with the punches. Cherish friends and family. Act not acted on. 194. 194. Juggle. Juggle everything. Hard to pick things back up, so just don't drop it. More procrastination and like stress talk. Yay. 195. Falter. Relapses happen, and it's okay to stumble. Just get back to it. Yeah, here we go again. 196. Silver tongue. Speak your silver tongue. Charisma never left you, just your confidence. 197. Foresight. Foresight guides you well. Do not fall into those traps that you know so well. Oh, that's a horrible attempt at a rhyme. 198. Stretch yourself too thin. Gamble. How long can it hold? Just get more things done. 199. Let loose. Let loose and have fun. Exhaust yourself once again, a wake up afternoon. 200. Woo, 200. Oh, I'm not doing too bad for time, honestly. These short haikus have made it like machine gun easy to get through. Pop. Pop psychology misuses a tool for life, missing the whole point. Because like pop psych textbooks and all that, not really good about actual psych. It's just more just meaningless platitudes and generic advice. 201. Momentum. Momentum dictates victory and an instant, even from deadlock. So the idea that you've got to keep going and do things in this battle. 202, Comb. Comb through memories, untangle knots of stories, remove secret shames. Oh, what's happened to the video? Oh, that's not good. What? Oh, that's good. Okay, now it's fixed. Good. 203, Fight, sorry. Fight the urge to lose, to rewind all your progress, to give up again. 204, Stand. Do not falter yet. Do not crumple in the night. Let yourself stand tall. 205, Wicked. There's no time to stop. There's no rest for the wicked. Time to get to work. 206, Unsteady. The ground turns unsteady, shifting underneath your feet. Do not lose your place. 207, Run. Feel yourself flying. Run, skipping across the ground. Feel your heartbeat rise. 208, Unprepared. Unprepared you are, skirting life with little care. How long do you dare? 209, Priorities. Reprioritize, clear your head and think things through, get your shit in line. 210, Tides. The white waves consume, tidal forces beyond ken. You are lost again. 211, Yore. Revisit old friends, cherish memories of yore, never forget this. 212, Anxiety. Your heartbeat speeds up, feel the panic, long repressed anxieties back. 213, Progress. Times are a change, and don't forget, just make progress. Time to say hello. Once again, we are back to the old kind of procrastination talk. Ooh. It is now 1 hour and 20 minutes in. We have covered 213 poems. We've got about 150 left to go. Okay. 214 Clouds. Cotton candy clouds, verdant trees and vibrant light. What a joy to see. Yeah, I think I used cotton candy clouds again later on in some poem. This is a very nice kind of description. 215. Running out. You are running out. See, time does not wait for you. Don't test its patience. Procrastination, stress talk again. 216. Stretch body and mind. Explore your limits and in time. Push yourself and thrive. 217. Dwell not on mistakes. You can only move forward. You cannot go back. 218. Retreat. Retreat to comfort. Feel the steel embrace of life. Lean into the hug. And getting into the developing my voice. Feel the steel embrace of life. I'm getting more into my comfort zone. 219. Bones. Listen to your bones. Feel them creak and crackle, yet you have years to go. So, my voice is starting to develop at this point, which is really nice, and getting a better sense of what everything's going on, how it works, which is awesome. 220. Stands. Stand there, tried and true, keep stable and support all, falter and it's gone. I think that's martial arts related. 221. Deal. Deal a hand to me. Roll the dice and play with fate. Let's see who will lose. Like, there's a cadence that is developing there. Deal a hand to me. Roll the dice and play with fate. Let's see who will lose. And that's really good because it means my voice. This is where you can actually see my voice developing and how I've improved, which is quite good, which is quite nice. 222. Unforgettable. Unforgettable. Like your first kiss or your first child or her funeral. See, you've forgotten that these are even. You start forgetting that these are even haikus. It's wonderful. 223. Good. Burst forth and reveal. Burst forth and revel. Escape from your torn cocoon. Fly and don't look back. 224. Demons. Confront your demons. They will not get bored and leave. Don't let them fester. Yeah. 225. Recovery. Rest, recuperate, recover from surgery, stick with liquid food. I had my wisdom teeth out, I do believe, at that point. Oh, yeah, definitely, because this is the follow-up poem. 226, Ice Pick. Ice picks through your jaw, throbbing headache overwhelms. You can survive this. Yeah. Oh, Oh, thanks, man. Uh, it's yeah. There are some others on my on this on my channel, and I probably won't do this again anytime soon because it's a goddamn pain in the ass, just endurance wise. But it's a good challenge. Nice to do it nice now and then. 227. Chill. The more you worry, the more things will not go well. Just chill already. 228. Grit. Stay your shaking hands. Swallow that scream in your throat. Come on, grit your teeth. That is also a reference to Gurren Lagann. Don't know why I wasn't watching it again, I don't think. 229. Ebb. Find yourself again. Motivation ebbs and flows. The cycle renews. Not that good. 230. All-nighter. Time has not been kind. Once again, the deadline looms. All-nighter again. Yay, that was once again stress and that stuff. 231. Deprived. Sleep deprivation, struggle to stand guard again, fall back into habits. Yeah, procrastination. 232. Jingo. Stand now, tall and proud, yet do not follow too blind. Jingoism sucks. In other words, patriotism, good. Don't go overboard. There's nothing about the date that would suggest that, though. 233. Manage. It's time for a change. Never forget all your dreams. Just manage your time. I think I made a decision there. I can't remember what it was. 234. Fruits. What should come to life? Blooming in seasons of love. Fruits of your labor. 235. Wind. Start something new. Find your 22nd wind. Hope things have changed. Hope that things have changed. Yeah, so once again, most of these have a general theme, and it's like, get your shit together, you idiot. 236. Read. Lose yourself in worlds brought forth by the word of men. Read until sunrise. The fact that I would just stay up all night reading. 237. Pass. When uncertainty is near and things seem bleak, remember, yes, this too shall pass. 238. Expect. Do not be obsessed. Things come when you least expect. This will not be luck. Like just if you work at things, it'll happen. 239. Claw. Humble yourself now. Claw your way back from the brink. Never be too proud. 240. Focus. Number 2. Focus your eyes now. Sharpen your senses and see. Do fall asleep. All-nighter talk again. Whew. Okay, so we are 240 poems in now. 240 poems in, and 1 hour 25 minutes. This will get easy. This is going to be the easy part, and about maybe around 304, 300, 350-ish, we will hit the non-haikus, and that's where stuff gets interesting again, because that's where the quality has a massive rise up. So yeah, 241, serious. You have no more time. Take things seriously now. Reach your potential. 242, maintenance. Tidy up your room. Clean out your mind and relax. Organize your life. 243, break. Tragedy will strike. Do not falter when things break. Persevere and heal. 244, macadamia. Invest in health foods. Eat macadamia. Just don't get too nuts. Which is a cheeky little pun there. I think it was about like healthy eating and like the power of like the importance of like healthy oils and stuff. And I bought like macadamia oil and avocado oil and coconut oil or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, 245, accountable. Be accountable. Record and recount your life. Change for the better. That was about a series which was which I put up on YouTube. I think I've taken it down now. It was just me recording my life and trying to do things and just like seeing if that would make me get my shit together. And it worked for about 3 days, and then I just stopped caring. It was another thing to do, so I just stopped it. Okay, 240. Oh, here's where you start the here's where you start the actual good stuff, I feel. 246, Mayfly. So it's a shame that most people have left by now. I live an echo's life, a mayfly. I eat, and repeat. Another day is gone. The bloated carcass of distant dreams remains. It bursts, mistakes squirming, tinged with regret. 247, Chameleon. This one is still one of my favorites. I'm a mirror. I'm a social chameleon made of masks I never get to see. 1,000 personas I never get to be, just imitate or ad nauseum for eternity. It's short, sweet. Oh yeah. Here's well, maybe not good, but like at least we've gotten out of the haiku range. This is now the profound range, where I was trying to make sure that each poem had was short and sweet, and yet had enough meaning in it to be, profound. If that worked or not is another question entirely. 248. Baby. Trees scream as the wind visits, light sways around his room. Baby shines in the crib and wakes. Like the whole, rockabye baby in the bow thing. 249. Trapped. I'm trapped by myself. How ironic to give inaction form. That was some procrastination again, I do believe, but written better. 250. Silence number 2. Silence. Tranquil grief and misplaced rage to belie the quiet night. 251. Dead. To die is to forget how to live. The dead walk among us, work among us, but live in the yesterday. Realize your future or forfeit your today. Once again, philosophical zombie death kind of thing. 252. Home. Where are you really from? 5 words that show you cannot accept that your home is also mine. It's probably something racist happened at that point. 253. Belief. If your belief in yourself wanes and flickers, do not allow that pilot light to die. Take my hand. I believe you can do this. Let's bring back your file. Some of these are really good seeds, so I written expanded poems based on them, but they were really nice ideas at the start. 253. Procrastination number 4. This is actually a sort of combination of a few of the other procrastination ones with a few other lines. So you might have heard these already. The weight grows heavier with each moment, yet you chafe and cry. Procrastination is alone against time with compound interest. The second half of that is literally another one I'd written, but that was just a line snippet, so this is better. 254. Mirror. Strip away the superficial trappings and distraction. Put down the mirror and see yourself. 255. Ocean. Bubbling ocean, boiling in silence, depths of emotion reflect reliance in everything I loathe about myself. I think that was just like the idea of like an ocean of guilt or self-hate. I don't know anymore. Like it's a decent-ish poem, but the rhyme is forced like hell. 256. Ambition. Ambition without passion, meaningless. Like pizza without cheese, music without pitch, or cynicism without hope. Like you don't want to be. It's pretty self-explanatory, that one actually. Yeah, a lot of these do come off as preachy as well. I do understand that. 257. Walk. Walk another mile. Even if they take an inch, they are far behind. It's like, the whole if you give an inch, they'll take a mile thing. 258. Hope number 2. Do not lose that hope inside. Let it fall to earth. There is light yet in your eyes. Do not forget your worth. That's pretty nice. 259. Deadlines number 2. If deadlines do not cause you to act, they are still deadlines. You are wasting potential. Become what you could. Finish your damn work already. Once again, this is really not even a poem. It's more just a rant telling me to do work. 260. Number 2. There is no good or bad change. There is only growth or death. Like the idea that if you don't change, you die. What's the point? Okay. 261. Shadow. Embrace yourself. Do not run from your shadow. It will always catch up. Accept it. Keep yourself company. Some things you don't like about yourself, you really do have to accept them because they are part of you, and you have to just deal with it and learn how to, deal with it. Yeah. 262. Trapped. Number 2. To be trapped in one's own mind is to lock yourself and swallow the key. You're stuck, and it's gonna be shitty. Bad puns again. 263. Hindsight is perfect. The future is blurred. There's no point to life if you don't view the world. I'm not talking eyesight. Comprehend and know. Without some vision, where will you go? Essentially, you have to have an idea of what you want to do in the future, otherwise you're going to be aimless. 264. Comedy. They say comedy is tragedy plus time. If tomorrow is easier, I'll laugh. Self-explanatory. 265. Inaction. Your inaction puts away your soul, paralyzed by fear. Watch yourself become what you loathe, resign to mediocrity. Once again, procrastination talk. 266 inspired. Do not define yourself by what others have made. Be inspired, make something greater. Inspiration and all that jazz. 267 marrow. Exhaustion seeps into your bones, marrow flows as life fades, your vision turns black, sleep. Rest, let your wounds mend and scars heal, wake at dawn, live. Don't remember what inspired that, but it's pretty good. Okay, we have, it's been 1.5 hours. We are at poem 268. Pretty fast, thankfully. 268, will. Force your eyes away. Clench your fist. Dig nails into your flesh. Stand. Let your will transcend. Do what you must. Just forcing yourself to do things. 269. Victory. When your trial has passed, stand victorious but cautious. Relief is temporary, so is victory. I think it's, this was definitely also exam time. 270. Tether. Cut your tethers to the world. Soar unfretted. Free. Was experimental and weird. 271. Exhaustion. Number 3. Take a breath. Stop. It's okay to take a break. More exhausted, procrastinating exam writing, I think. Number 272. Goals. Do not let arbitrary numbers or the path of others dissuade you from your goals. Nothing defines you except what you have done and what you have not. Number 273. 273. Age. Your bones will creak with age. Your hair will gray and wrinkles grow. Your brain will thrive with every page. Take refuge in all you know. So, like how even if you grow old, you still have your head in your mind. 274. Darkness. Embrace the darkness. Do not be scared of what you cannot see. What frightens you is when light casts shadows and their faults are bared to you. Embrace the darkness. Everyone has his skeletons and secrets and sins. Sleep. So multiple ideas there, but yeah. 276. Pain. Ignore pain at your own peril. Your body knows its limits better than you. It's transcending your potential, worth the sacrifice. I think this was something about me going to get physio for my ankle or something, but essentially, it's a good message. Your pain is definitely a reason. Your body has a reason for feeling pain. You shouldn't ignore it. 276. Bright. Nourish joy. That spark of hope in the darkness, it is brighter than the sun. Oh, let me do that again. Nourish joy. That spark of hope. In the darkness, it is brighter than the sun. Yeah, that's pretty wholesome. 277. Fuel. Fill up your tank. Running on fumes is dangerous, and you do not need more trouble. Sleep deprived poem again. 278. Roulette. Routine, not roulette. Where'd that come from? Your focus slips. Habits and routines distract you from your goals. Change your routine. Strive. When you fall into patterns and you just follow it blindly, really, and forget what's going on. 279. Anger. Power without focus is useless. Anger without drives does nothing but make you hurt. Channel it and defy gods. Just use it productively. Use that emotion productively. 280. AI. Your body is not flesh and blood, thunder and glass through and through. We lumbered forth out of the mud. I am not afraid of you. There's no evil machination, though some say you'll overpower. In the end, you're our creation, and any fault of yours is ours. Talking about AI and how people are very scared of it, but we make it in our own image, and it's just us being scared of ourselves. 281. Universe. We are like the universe. If we don't grow or change, we turn cold and die. Under enough stress and pressure, we will implode, then explode, then explode, until nothing can face us. A good idea, but the execution is lacking. It has been an hour and 37 minutes. We are up to poem 282. Maintenance number 2. Write yourself a check for 2 hours of care. Your body and mind need to rest, recoup, recover, repair. 283. Regret. Do not regret the actions that you have taken. Do not regret what you would do differently now. It helped you grow into who you are today. 284. Lab coat. Your lab coat does not make you a scientist. Your mind does. We've sort of regressed into this weird platitude plot where the poetry is sort of it's taking a backseat to the profundity, and it's a dark part in my writing. 285. Sometimes art needs meaning. Sometimes you just want something pretty. And that's internal debate about the definition of poetry and art and beauty and all that stuff that I have a lot, actually. 286. Limits. Know your limits. Know the signs of fatigue. Do not push until you break some things you can't take back. Yeah, because some of my habits are rather self-destructive, which is unfortunate. Also, just me trying this, for example, it's been like, 140 minutes of just 1 hour, 40 minutes of me non-stop talking and focusing, and it's really tiring, and I'm not used to this anymore. 287 waves. Take a break. See the waves break again and again. They will not stop. Take your time. It's like how it's going to be there. It's not going to change. You just might as well catch your breath while you can. 288. Balance. The balance shifts under you. Everything is uncertain. Do not give up. You'll get the hang of it. I don't know. I don't know what that's. I think it might be about a skateboard. No, not sure. 289. In the end. Flowers wilt, clouds rain, everything returns to the earth in the end. 290. Will, number 2. Tired eyes and weary minds struggle, but your will die. No, that's exhaustion, I guess. 291. Enigma. You are not an enigma. You are a present. You are a gift. I relish your surprise. 200. I think that's about it's either about a person or about a time and a date or the future. It's been a while. 292. Steps. Every step seems small. It's no way to get somewhere. Look back, see how far each step took you. Progress seems small until you look back. 293. Face. Fear is the mind killer. Its brethren, arrogance, complacency, exhaustion, these are all obstacles we face. Fear is the mind killer, obvious reference. But yeah. 294. Reassurance. Everyone needs support, reassurance, someone to tell them they're doing great. Be that person. You're doing great. Yeah. So it's a good break, I guess. It's pretty relevant, oddly enough. Okay, number 294. Clear. Clear your desk. Clear your schedule. Clear your mind. Do all that you've forgotten. Indulge memories and spoil your nostalgia. Return to reality. Clear your desk again. Spring cleaning after exams or something, and just looking through old memories, I guess. 296. Cracked. I feel like a cracked egg in a physics demonstration. Under pressure, still holding, empty, still standing. It's very profound. It was literally about an egg. 297. Grain. Each day is a grain of sand landing on the pile. Do not let them slip through your fingers. 298. Juggle. The more you juggle, the more you balance, the more you risk losing. Once again, procrastination, risk, juggling, that stuff. 299. Self-sabotage. Use self-sabotage, rewarding yourself with your own stunted progress, beat this hurdle or stagnate. Essentially, when I procrastinate, I take a long break and then I forget to study again. Yay! So that was a poem about that. We are now at poem number 300. Woo, it's been 1 hour and 40 minutes of poetry, and we have reached number 300. We have 66 poems left, and the quality should be going up at this point. 300. Unaware. You fight any obstacle, then rest too long. The next catches you unaware. So yeah, same topic as before. 301. Heat. The heat is dry, like my wit, and unforgiving, like my failures. Cell phone, but 302. Country manners. The city is different to the country, but both can be home. 303. Late. You know the value of something when it's gone. You know how much you can do when time is short. You know how to fix things when it's too late. And this is the start of me really leaning into the rule of threes, which I personally love, and it's a great rhetorical device and thing in poetry because it sort of creates this pattern in your head while without being too gratuitous that makes it overly forced. So when. So that really gives a nice rhythm to things. Health. Number 304. Health. There are many things that you can do. Make your health a priority. Which I should. Instead of doing this. Number 305. Pollution. My mind is the night sky, shining ideas sparkling, dreams streaking past, but I have polluted it. The stars disappear, the sky is empty, and the beauty is gone. Yeah, this is where I'm starting to hit my stride when it comes to learning how to properly like I'm developing my voice with regards to alliteration, sibilance, and all this other stuff, and it's great. I'll be honest, I prepared like 7 liters of water and I haven't been through like 500 mils. So, I was happy with that. That's pretty good. 306. Sleep. Close your eyes. Sleep. Time in the morning. Essentially, I was very sleep deprived. It was probably like 3 or 4 in the morning. I was staying up doing something late. 307. Love. You are loved. Do not disappear afar and unfortunate. You are loved. Just a short, simple, sweet thing. 308. Fate. I do not believe in fate. I have always stood with pride, but maybe now I'll let it go and let the winds decide. Number 309. Matter. No matter if you're a celebrity, no matter if you're a genius, no matter the way your matter is arranged, you matter. Plays on words. Also the rule of 3. 310. Taboo. Taboo is as taboo does, as we shy away. Taboo stays as taboo was, and we've not got naught to say. Essentially, how some things, break things like cultural norms and all this stuff, but it depends on they can change with time, I guess. Number 311. Christmas. Beyond the presents, the pomp and stands, do not forget it is for those you love. Pomp and circumstance shortened down. This was written on Christmas. We have reached Christmas 2017 in this poetry. Yes. Yeah. Okay. It is an hour and 45 minutes. We are 312. We are up to poem number 312. Sands. Pause your life. See the sand frozen, bright under halogen lights. Disturb their path and watch them scatter, gone forever. It was a very poignant image that was referring to, but I can't remember what it was. But that hopefully is a nice sort of substitute in the process. Number 313, Return. Return. Discover forgotten tapestries, chaotic notes, frenetic memories. Let them line your soul, spit shine away the decay, repair it all with nostalgia and tears, it's worth it. They missed you too. It's like reuniting with friends, I guess. I think that's what it was. Number 314. Hi. Reorganize. Organize and reschedule, repair and outdo, take a break and mend yourself till you can journey through. So like the flow is quite nice now. Nothing's really that feels awkward, even if it's not really substantial, at least sounds good. Number 315, renew. Renew, restart, refresh yourself. Let your past slough away and shine towards tomorrow. Renew, restart, refresh. Rule of threes again. 316, willpower. Willpower is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Do not give up because it hurts, because you're tired, and it's just easier to watch TV. Exercise your willpower and see how great you look. It was about I saw something about willpower being a muscle, and that's very inspiring, even though I haven't actually really followed through on that. Number 317. Done. Get it done. Tear down the indecision, though paralyzed you may be. Move those clouds of doubt through mountains they may, though mountains they may weigh. Remove your fears brick by brick until you are free. I don't know what it was, but that wasn't like the end of the year, so I don't know. Probably something. 318. New year. New year, new you. New chance to forget and repeat the failures of the last. So, rule of threes with the new year, new you thing, and also history repeats itself. 319. Never be afraid of reaching out. Never feel that you are alone. There is always a way. More of a PSA than a poem, but still. 320. Oh yes, we have reached the official good point, I think. That's good. That's actually quite exciting. Indents. This is the one I put up on Thursday. Indents do not make poetry. Poetry is your soul distilled into stanzas. Poetry is expression and beauty. Poetry is. And so it's like the fact that there is this new generation of Instagram poets who seem to feel that you just have to put things on a pretty background and space it out and make it like short as hell, and then you'll have something profound that's quite nice to look at, and that is good poetry. And I disagree with that, and that's why like the whole idea that poetry is, because you can't really define poetry that easily, and I just dislike that kind of poetry, but I acknowledge the fact that it is technically poetry. But just using indents does not make it anything special. Okay. Speaking of special, 321 special. Do not specialize. Do not throw away the gift we are given, the gift of boredom, the gift of seeking thrills and novelties, never satisfied and always hungry. Do not label yourself and hide away in a box. Do not distill the weakness of your existence into a beaker of boring. Do not be satisfied until you cannot go on. And there is just so much left to do. Do not specialize. Be a lover and a fighter. Be the day and the night. Be the muse and the creator. Be a generalist. Essentially, this poem is saying if you like hyper specializing, you lose out on a lot if you hyper focus. Yeah, this is doing a number on my voice. Okay. 322. Frustration. I am frustrated with the world and the loud opinions I read every day. The color is gone, and the lifeless dissection and imitation of all I hold dear makes me question the fabric of my sanity. It was something about politics or controversy or something like that. Let's be honest, there's been a lot of that's been going on ever since then. Since a few years ago, actually. Since the internet. No. 323. Facades. We maintain facades for society and others, as if brothers will judge for who we are instead of who we pretend to be. Most importantly, we maintain facades for ourselves. It's just like masks, images and stuff like that. Number 324. Growth. Number 2. An avocado cannot grow a house. A glacier cannot grow a tree. But you will grow beyond your dreams. That started from the whole buying avocado toast means that you can't afford a home thing that people say, which is stupid. But I managed to make that a good prompt for a poem, apparently. 325. Vision number 2. Vision itself cannot make the future, only light the way, and let you see how to make your dreams reality. So, like how you have to actually put in work. You can't just have I want to do this. You actually have to put in effort. Oh, this one's good. 326. Desk. Clean your desks. Scrub the stains away, shoo away the spiders and smush all the ants. Weave a web of refuse and craft an alibi from the dust. Clean your desk. Replace the missing screw that was never there to begin with. Oil the wood and the words carved into it and bask in its completeness. Just an exaggerated but nice recollection of cleaning my desk. 327. Keep your steady. Keep your eyes open. Steady your hand. Keep writing until it is done. Keep busy. Steady your legs. Keep working until it is done. Keep striving. Steady your goals. Keep gritting your teeth until it is done. Do not give up. Do not falter. Do not rest until it is done. So very clearly you can see the repetition rule of threes. It is done. Keep going. Keep the steady your thing. Keep working, that kind of stuff. So it's the forms of what I'm doing are getting more refined as we as time goes on, which is quite good. Number 328, memories of a younger man. You can no longer stay up at night. The thought 3 hours sleep terrifies you more than intimacy. Your bones crackle in the quiet calm as you toss and turn on your side of the bed. In your dreams, you are still ineffable. Too ethereal in potential to ever ground, and too thick in skull to ever concede. You live out the memories of a younger man in your dreams. Amongst the fantasies, the vampire snowmen, the magic masters, the drift race kings, the ones least likely are your memories of a younger man. And so that's a hypothetical future where I look back and nostalgia, and it's like you can't unwind, you can't turn back time. Number 329, change. Number 3. You're afraid of change, afraid of losing that which was once familiar, and coming home to a stranger. You're afraid of change, of learning how to navigate this world is not the one you grew up with. You're afraid of change, of updates that rearrange things and make your phone distant. You're afraid of change. I'd recommend you change that. Puns, repetition. Okay, number 330. Well, almost there. We are almost there. After almost 2 hours, we're almost there. It's much shorter, but much better than the worst case scenario that I was thinking. Number 330, the case of humanity. Subject, humanity. Cause of death, indifference. Subject was found not moving in their homes, not just because of Netflix, but heart failure. Subject was found unable to survive in higher temperatures. Subject was found a casualty in war. Subject was found lost. Subject was lost after being thrown into a prison cell and forsaken. Subject was lost after the assault. Subject was lost after being unable to pay for the health care. Subject did not move past securing survival in Maslow's hierarchy and could not help others. Subject never achieved their dreams. Subject was pronounced dead after the first bomb was dropped. It's a very edgy poem, but very preachy. So lots of stuff about healthcare and the prison system and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a psychology concept about like what you need to be able to like start considering other stuff. Look it up if it sounds interesting. It's fine, quite good. I like it. I do psych, so that's why. Number 331, lifespan. You have 85 years. That's what a website has calculated based on some truths and some lies you've been put into. 85 is what you'd be lucky to reach. That's 4,420 weeks, 30,940 days, or 742,560 hours. You're a quarter of the way done, and you have wasted so much time. But there's 3,315 weeks, 23,205 days, or 556,920 hours left. There is still time to make a difference. There is still time to be happy. There is still time. Don't waste it. So yeah, rule of three at the end. 332, inspiration, number 2. All you can do when inspiration strikes is let it thunder down. Break every notion you've ever held and ransom your identity in the face of growth and creating something greater. When you pick up the pieces of everything that dared stand in the way of your progress, you'll know it's worth it. Number 333, afraid. We scare ourselves, delving into the vast crevasses of our minds, trying to fill in the claw marks with spackle we made from ground bones and blood. We're a masochistic species, and every movie is a torture that tells us we're still alive. Every story is a nail into our spines that electrifies us in ways nothing else can. We do not run from the dangerous, the perverse, the twisted. Embrace it. That's what scares me the most. That was about horror movies, I do believe, or just the horror genre in general. 334, feet. Your feet will take you everywhere. Your broken, gnarled feet, canyons carved in creases and rivers run in wrinkles, broken toenails, cliffs and arch valley, your feet that see the world become the world itself. Strong imagery, carried through with a metaphor, lots of alliteration, canyons carved, creases, rivers run in wrinkles, stuff like that. Pretty good. 335, brevity. Every word is important. Anything extraneous, irrelevant to your point, or altogether untoward needs to be excised, divorced from your work, and surgically removed from your life. Or not. I would recommend doing and the point is the end. Last two lines are crossed out. It's a sort of fun poem that's pokes fun at itself. Brevity is good, but sometimes you need those long words because it just sounds good and sounds right, and that's the point. You need to find what works. 336, habits, number 2. I am a creature of habit. It's hard to repair the worn joints that swivel so predictably in comfortable circles, never changing. But cracks will appear and things will warp, and those old paths carved out will become unsteady, and nothing will make sense. Everything will fall apart, and you will have to start from scratch. It's important to shake things up. Build yourself better than you were before. Patterns, changing stuff. Decent poem, very preachy, very internal, but yeah. Number 337, failure. Do not be discouraged. Failure is inevitable, but defeat is not. So, you can fail and not do something right, but you only lose when you give up. 338, legacies. This one's pretty good. You have always been inspired by those whose lives are confined within these pages until you set them free for a moment. You have always dreamed to be as strong, as powerful, as important, but you can learn from their journeys, and you should never forget that. It's like, reading is good, and you can escape to the worlds, but it doesn't mean you can't take their lessons and do good stuff with that. Number 339, measurement. Do not measure success by the awards or your bank account. Measure it by the smiles and the tears. Acknowledgement doesn't depend on a lot of stuff. I've won poetry slams, but the things that stick out most to me are the time I got the only 10 out of 10 at a poetry slam, and also the times that I've made people cry with my poetry. That's the stuff that sticks with you. Because the awards don't really matter shit if you don't have anything that actually impacts people, 340, faith. Never lose faith in yourself. No one else can surprise you like you can. It's true, we think we know ourselves, but then if you push yourself and try and do things, all stuff can happen. 341, lost in translation. Everything becomes lost in translation. Every facial expression, posture adjustment, verbal tone and volume, everything except it's over. Probably about a breakup. Which one? I can't remember. 342. Secrets. Speak and spit the lies, black pits away from the truth. Keep the truth inside you where only you can see. 343. Words. Write down words you will never say. Scribble your confessions on scraps and file them next to your convictions. Whisper your woes into wrappers and set it all alight. So I sort of like that. Like in Hamilton, how they sent the letters to Alexander on fire and stuff. Why am I referencing that? Yeah, I'm also a musical nerd. If you couldn't tell by the musical theater reference poem earlier in this stream. 344, dawdle. No matter how many roses you stop to smell, nor vistas you view. Let me start that one again. No matter how many roses you stop to smell, nor vistas you view, do not forget. Life is a long road, and you've dawdled enough. Procrastination poem once again. 345, smile. Wipe away the tears welling at your fingertips. Hide the tremor in your heart, bury it in your bones. Let your smile shine through every barrier. It is a joyous day. I think that's just you gotta keep going. We are at poem number 346. And we've reached 2 hours of constant me rambling about poetry and reading my poetry. Whew. Number 346, recycle. Old begets the new. Rediscover what you once were. Let the past guide your future. Cycle and stuff. Number 347, clock. There is so much to do and so little time, yet you ignore the clock, ticking away, getting closer. Number 348, wings. You have fallen so far from grace. Each step tied to the ground, you no longer have the privilege of flight. Lift yourself step by step, and your wings will return. I think it's about redemption and getting my shit together. Which is, I think, the main theme for a lot of these. A lot of the bad ones, especially. Number 349, bloom. You will find what you seek in the dregs of the murky well that you never used until the water ran out. Nothing will ever come until you unearth yourself, irrigate the soil with your sweat, and feed it with your blood. Only then will the flower within bloom. Essentially, you got to push yourself and then just force, like, you're just got to work at it. 350. Change, number 4. You might have noticed some battle titles. Ignore those that insult you, that condescend and doubt you. Let their words run off like rain, or at least decay with time. There is little you can do to change them, but much you can change about yourself. Essentially, if their criticism has merit, good. If it's just insulting, ignore it. Just work on yourself and prove them wrong. 351. Enough. There is not enough time to do everything, but there is enough time to do enough. Short plays on words. 352. Plans, number 2. Plans will fall through. Times will change. Never let yourself be moved with them. Just essentially got to roll with the punches. 353. Fuck. This is a very short, crude, and stupid one, but I like it still. You fucked up. Okay. What can you do now? Unfuck this shit. That's it. That is it. It is a short, stupid poem, but I find it's very fun because of it. 354. Style. Never let your impending doom impede your decorum. Face it with a sense of style and go out with a bang. Impending doom, impede decorum. So there's a bit of a sound repetition, if you get what I mean. I'm not sure if it falls under alliteration or sibilance or anything like that, because it's technically multiple overlaid, but it's that kind of stuff that I like. $904. Not 904. It's 940. 904. That's nine. It's 904. That's what I was trying to say. Okay. 355. Fatigue. Very fitting poem at this point. The importance of sleep never comes to mind until you desperately lack it, until your mind wilts upon itself and the springs of your reserves are cracked and empty. I spelled that all that. 356. Stars, number 2. When you have a chance, when stars align and everything looks bright, hold on to the light. Hide that burning hope inside and let it keep you warm. Never let that flame go out, or else you'll wake up 20 years from now lost and regretful. Essentially, don't lose hope, or you're going to wake up and realize, what did I do with my life? 357. Helpless. Some things make you feel helpless, and some people make you feel the same. Recenter yourself and start by helping yourself. I think that's just preachy again, but yeah. 358. Scraps. There are 1,000 scraps. There are 1,000 scraps hidden away in a folder, each with a single intent and frustration to convey. All of them relate to me, my identity. I'm doing this one again. There are 1,000 scraps hidden away in a folder, each with a single intent and frustration to convey. All of them relate to me, my identity, and my existence. Though they are all unique, together they represent and coalesce my being. They will never leave the folder. Individually, they are incorporeal, and only when they unite may my feelings be realized. So, like, I have a lot of half-finished poems and stuff about how I feel, and I sort of together they give a pretty good overall understanding of me as a person, but they will never see the light of day because they're bad. 359. Kindling. Rekindle relationships. Relegated by retribution and riptides, rediscover the remnants of your past. Light up the night with joys and friends you've long forgotten, and leave the world ablaze. 360. Dreams, number 3. Follow your heart. Never let your dreams slip through your fingers, and never let yourself drop them in the dark. The dark will not return them until you die. Essentially, once you lose it, you might lose it forever. So don't lose it. Almost there. We are at number 361, so that's 6 poems left, and it's 9:06. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes. 361. Compromise. Never compromise your principles and will. Never sacrifice your dignity except for food. Always strive to do your best and never shirk a challenge. Essentially, keep your principles, except when it's a matter of you're going to die if you don't have this, hence the except for food thing. 362. Cutting. Cut away the fat. Watch it glisten as you pull, skin stretching and blood spilling from your body. Cut away the excess, the bloating, the useless hours wasted on useless things. Let the blood coagulate until it forms a cocoon and you emerge stronger, unblemished, whole. Postscript note: do not actually cut yourself. Yeah, it's more of a metaphorical thing about trimming and then cutting down on like refining your life, not literally about cutting things. It's metaphors. That's what poetry is about. Metaphors. Okay. Number 363. Flowers. Oh yes. We've got a. Let me just. Yep, we have the final 4 poems are actually very good. So thank you to the few people that have actually stuck around this long. You get a treat and actually decent poetry. Okay, number 363. Flowers. Flowers wilt and fall on the pavement, trampled and forgotten. They are too pure. This world cannot let them live. This is a poem about you and not about you. You see, you are not a fragile flower there to look pretty and be a muse. Your strength drives me, and your care and compassion soothes me. The worst insult I can do is take away your agency. You are not a flower. Though battle-worn and weary, you are not forgotten nor walked on. I will make sure that you can live. So it's essentially just trying to be a love poem without being a love poem, in the fact that it's just objectifying. Oh my god, you're so beautiful, and yeah, so it's pretty good. 364. Lettuce. Lettuce is almost nutritionally pointless. It's crunchy water. It's the food equivalent of a quiet, lazy day spent doing nothing of importance as you watch the hours move by, a spectator in your own life. Sometimes you need that texture to cut through things, that crunch to be different and wake you up, to tell you it'll be okay, but you need to get off your ass right now. Sure, lettuce is pretty much crunchy water. But sometimes, like a quiet, lazy day, that's just what you need. So there's a bit of repetition, book ending with the crunchy water, quite lazy day. Essentially, it's just talking about lettuce and the fact that I feel like I need to defend lettuce because it's gotten a pretty bad rap sometimes. 365 on the nature of daylight. Daylight is a path of photons wandering through my blinds, intermingling with dust and laying down on my desk. Daylight is water through my fingers, sticking to my skin, glistening and dancing amongst the fine hairs on my arm. Daylight is energy that I too often spend in exchange for halogen lights and sleepless dreams. Daylight is life, invigorating and blooming those that blossom and warming those that lounge. Daylight is the sound of a coffee machine I never use and the smell of early morning congestion. Daylight is something I do not appreciate enough yet always regret wasting when only stellar fragments are left. Daylight is a gift that we should treasure. I learned that too late. Okay, so that is a poem about daylight. And I'm starting to get into my style at this point. This is the 1 year mark, which is why I wanted to do this. It's sort of the point at which poetry sort of jumped in quality. Because of the fact that my language, my use of language progressed, the way I use repetition, other language techniques, and other stuff sort of progressed to a nice point. And we are now on to the final poem. It has taken us 2 hours and 10 minutes to get here. 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I've read 365 poems, more than half of which are undeniably, objectively horrible poems. And here we are with one decent one at least to end with this. So, number 366, Harry Potter. Don't sue J.K. Rowling, please. Harry Potter. I am not Harry Potter. No matter how much I sometimes wish to get mail via bird or learn magic or pet a unicorn, it's never going to happen. Sparrows have difficulty enough carrying coconuts, and a horse with an ice cream cone on its head is more depressing than exciting. The fantasies of Western lore and mysticism cannot impart in me the ability to shoot fire from a wand or summon magical creatures. We live in a muggle world. We live in a world with technology and imitation butterbeer. Sure, there's no wands or broomsticks, but we have Wi-Fi. And there's danger in chasing the unreachable. Fantasy worlds are fraught with peril we do not get to see, and they distract us from our own problems. There is no spell that can make us better. I cannot repair my anxiety, nor Avada Kedavra my insomnia. You can't Accio working depression meds, and you can't transmogrify insulin. There is a limit to how useful wishful thinking is. And there is a limit to how useful magic is. I am not Harry Potter. Harry's adventures are confined within 7 books, 8 movies, and way too much fan fiction. We can write our own stories. We decide who we become, and isn't that the most magical thing of all? And you might have noticed that I started looking more at the camera and actually doing it. And that's because I've performed this a lot, so I actually know half of it off my head, and so that's much easier to not just stare into a screen and do it. But yeah, that is 366 bad original poems that I've read. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go collapse now.